Hey,
So
Global
it's a
CE Day.
free.
It's Tom Judd of CED here, and I'm with my friend Farid from France. He's going to pronounce his name correctly and Farid, tell us not only your name, but tell us the job you're in and what you do these days.
Yes, my name is Farid, it's correct, and Farid Benhagoug, and I work for the public hospitals of the city of Marseille in France. It is a public institution called Assistance Publique Hôpitaux de Marseille. As you can know, maybe, public hospitals depend on the Ministry of Health in France.
I like your good-looking consultant with you also. The consultant that's with you on the screen. I think it's your son.
Yo! Excuse me, we're gonna make it again. Okay, we play.
No, we're continuing. We're continuing.
Continue.
So anyway,
okay.
The public hospital in Marseille. Keep going.
Yes. The patient so is made up for different establishments in the city, and the biomedical engineers' missions differ according to the size and medical activity of the health establishments in which they work. And the great majority of my colleagues in France who are members of our association AFIB, which is the French Association of Biomedical Engineers, like we call them here in France. It's the same but clinical engineer in the
Yep.
world. And the majority of them work for this type of establishments. We also have a smaller number of colleagues who work for the same type of establishment, but in the private sector.
Yeah.
And actually, the vast majority of engineers graduating from engineers schools work for private companies manufacturing and distributing medical devices. We are a few that work in the public hospitals. And over the last 30, I would like to say, or 35 years, the educational offer in France has developed a lot in the biomedical sector. And the first school to offer a biomedical course has worked with our national association historically to propose a publication on best practices in the management of medical equipment. Since then, AFIB has never stopped working to promote, like you, all over the world, to promote the profession of biomedical engineer or clinical engineer, if you want. Excuse me if I say
No,
you will understand.
It's
okay?
all the same, yeah.
Okay, it's all the same. So to manage, yes, for the 30, it was like that for the 35 years. And so AFIB never stopped, as I say, to promote the profession in such a way that today you will find almost no hospital without a biomedical engineer to manage its medical equipment. So it's a real success for us. I'm going to tell you about the essentials missions of the biomedical engineer here in France.
Good.
So the first essential mission of the biomedical engineer by working within the hospital is to provide the medical teams with medical devices adapted to their needs. And the acquisition of medical equipment at the hospital is done in a concerted way between the clinical doctors, the directors of the hospital, and the biomedical engineers. And the role of the biomedical engineer is to keep aware of the entire offer available on the market and to provide technical and economic information to all health professionals in order to make the choice best suited, I would like to say best suited to the hospital activity. Generally, this work is done on a year basis through a medical equipment program developed in the previous year of the acquisitions of the equipment. You know, we prepare it 1 year before the delivery of the medical devices. And the second essential mission of the biomedical engineer is to manage the teams to deal with the maintenance of the existing equipment park according to the regulations, particularly in terms of safety for the patients. It's very important, and you know that, you make the promotion of that, and the safety of use also. And to do this, we very often work in collaboration with biomedical technicians who provide local missions inside the hospital to support the medical teams to troubleshoot and manage the malfunctions of the equipment that they are at their disposal. And so that implies, of course, traceability of preventive and curative maintenance, which guarantees reliability and safety of medical devices. And this can go from quality control in imaging medical devices to preventive maintenance of electric knives. That's how we tell it. That's the correct word, electric knives.
Yes.
Yes. And in the operating room, you know, and also the preventive maintenance of resuscitation ventilators.
Well, you may mean electrosurgery. Yeah, but yeah.
Electric surgery, yes, thank you. And so this mission is supported by the national authorities, of course, by a quality assurance and risk management procedure known as material vigilance. And it can be used both to report malfunctions observed in our hospitals, in healthcare services, to national authorities in order to trigger corrective actions by distributors of manufacturers. But it can also even be made by manufacturers themselves to inform their customer when they observe anomalies that could present a risk for the patient or the user. So by bidirectional, you know.
Yep.
The first mission, of course, is the budget management, the financial management, since we generally have a budget that we need to control in order to carry out the two missions that I told mentioned above, that is the acquisition and the management of the existing
well, Farid, how have you been impacted by COVID? I know you spoke in our WHO CED program in May about CPAP BiPAP, and then I know you've been involved in the French version of these webinars. So how has clinical engineering have been involved in COVID in France? A lot is the answer, I know, but tell us more.
Yes, it was very hard. We had to manage with the organization of the hospital that was all bouleversé, transformed. That's how we say. That's all transformed in this organization. That's to say that operating room became resuscitating, how do you say?
Resuscitation rooms.
Yeah. Resuscitation rooms, yes. Excuse me for my
That's okay. No, you're doing great. And maybe triage as well as resuscitation,
Yes, we have to manage to find more equipment for our hospital. So it was a very hard work in this way.
Well, and I hope you've gotten the recognition. I mean, I hope clinical engineers have gotten the recognition in France that they deserve for all their hard work.
Thank you so much. It's true. Yes, we had the recognition of the managed board of our hospitals, and also of the public, of the population. And we were not very famous. It was not a profession very famous in France before, but with this pandemic, it has become a little bit more popular, if I can say it.
That's correct. Hey,
I would like.
Yes. I was going to say, my closing question is, what's your vision and perhaps AFIB's vision for the future of clinical engineering in France?
Yes, very good question. I would like, on behalf of the international circle of AFIB, say that I'm very happy to have been able to participate to the town hall webinars that were organized by the IFMB and CEG and WHO.
Well, you know, we only
For
go
the
get the best.
LMIC.
We only go get the best. That's why we got you.
Ah, thank you, thank you.
No, but it's true. It's also true. It's also true.
Yeah, thank you so much. I hope this is just for us the beginning of a great adventure within the global clinical engineering community.
Me too. Me too.
And you have to know that during the pandemic, we were able to organize a webinar at the European level also to show our experiences of crisis management. And I hope that we'll be able to make available to you very quickly by Christophe, I hope, or Stefano, the replay of this webinar, which was rich in exchanges and information.
Yep.
For talking about the AFib, what can I say?
Well, I mean, a word about the vision of the future, you know, of clinical engineering for France, perhaps, as we to close our discussion.
Yes. How to say the future? The future. I hope that the French experience will be able to give something more to all the work that you do with the CEG, in the sense of we also very often called upon to work on projects to restructure existing departments in our hospital, for which we work in close collaboration with the same people mentioned before. So the doctor, the pharmacist, the directors of hospital, but also with our colleagues who are experts in civil engineering and construction, and also the ITs, our IT colleagues. Since very often today, the integration of medical equipment need a network connection to be able to retrieve patients' medical data, share it with all the medical disciplines and the patients himself. Some of us have sometimes in their career the chance to manage architectural projects for the design of complex new hospital buildings, units, and there the integration of biomedical expertise often guarantees the success of a technical platform suitable and a successful patient pathway. I would like to say that I think we'd like to work on this type of mission of the biomedical engineer inside the hospitals. So there is a multitude of missions of the biomedical engineer in France that are not equally shared. And among these, I would like to say that fortunately, I have the chance to work in a university hospital where the access to technological innovation is important. So I can work in a commission with different health professionals for the analysis of offers and requests often made in the framework of research by experimented medical teams. And I play a role in analyzing technically and financially the offers to be made in response to the requests of the medical teams. And I believe that is one of the most exciting parts of my work, because it requires an interface between the medical device distribution companies, the medical teams, the directors, the pharmacists, the IT specialists. So I hope that the biomedical or the clinical engineering profession will in the future, and that's what we share in the AFib association, will have more importance in the managing of all the offer, the healthcare offer in the hospital from the beginning to the end. For the AFib, what can I say specifically?
Well, no, I think there's many good things you've talked about, and we need to bring it to a close, but this has been wonderful. And I
Thank
love the vision
you
that
so
you
much.
guys, that you're already living out in France, kind of the middle of that storm of all these activities. So you're the calm in the storm.
Thank you so much. And I hope we made this international circle. It's not a long time, but we built it. And we hope we make a lot of exchanges with CD, WHO, our European colleague. And we hope that we'll be able to propose you presentations during the next Congress that you are organizing.
See,
And
Farid, I know you have Disneyland in Paris, but we want you to come over to Orlando and to Florida next year. So please join us there.
okay, why not?
Thanks
Yeah,
for your
why
time
not? Why
today.
not?
So we're going to bring it to a close.
Thank you so much.
Great job, great job.
I'm very, comment on dit, je suis en admiration, j'admire. I'm very admirative for the work you do, you and Caliroy, from the early morning to the very late evening.
So now we're going to go
bravo.
take a nap. We're going to go take a nap. So thank you. And thanks your wife for the translation.
Okay.
All right. Bye for now.